So let's try this again. Right, here we go. So this climb today is a little bit extra, I guess, from that previous one. But this is going to be for Deputy Chief Raymond Downey, Special Operations Command, FDNY. Man, this is a lot harder to really get into because of so many things that he did during his tenure with the FDNY. Prior to the FDNY, he was a U.S. Marine, and he was over in the Middle East. In 1962, Deputy Chief Downey was brought onto the FDNY. Many units that he was a part of during his 39-year career. The most spoken about was Rescue 2, and he was within the inception of Squad Company 1. So this 110 floors, taking him all the way to that symbolic top of the tower, is for Deputy Chief Raymond Downey, FDNY, Special Operations Command. Let's see how far I can get this time. Right, so, as I said before, 39-year career with the FDNY. Had been awarded 5 Medals of Valor and had 16 individual citations, which when you saw him in uniform, it was quite impressive to see his photo in his Class A's. So during his tenure, he responded to some major incidents in the United States. One, he was a task force leader of New York Task Force 1, Federal Urban Search and Rescue, and he was also a national disaster response team leader, where he responded to Oklahoma City and the Oklahoma City bombing in 1995, and he also responded to the Atlanta City Olympic bombing for his specialty. So he was affectionately known as the master of disaster, and by others, they called him God. If you're called God in your department, you're pretty much our top dog on what you're doing. And that was exactly what Deputy Chief Raymond Downey was all about. He was so heralded through the FDNY that he was a part of a presidential commission called the Gilmore Commission on basically terrorism, domestic terrorism, weapons of mass destruction, and how to better prepare a response to those types of incidents. Absolutely the boss on rescue. He wrote the book, The Rescue Company, and put together several videos. Like I said, I mean, he was part of the inception of Squad Company 1. He worked the Rescue 2. I believe that's the one he was on. And just, there's so many things about him. He did training. Like I said, he wrote the book on rescue. He responded to the World Trade Center bombing back in 1993, I believe it was. And he was in charge of rescue operations back then. So before 9/11 occurred, he had already been there in that capacity of rescue. Just making sure that everyone was good to go. And so this 110 floors doesn't even touch the leader that FDNY lost on 9/11/2001. To Deputy Chief Raymond Downey, Special Operations Command. In Special Operations Command, he was commander of the rescues, the squads, the hazmat, and marine resources. That was all under him. Like I said, he was literally the master of disaster. So much that he was brought on to the Presidential Commission on Terrorism, the Gilmore Commission. He made such a complete presence within the FDNY that back home in Deer Park, the post office is named after him now, and there's a street named for Raymond Downey, Deputy Chief of the FDNY. This climb, like I said, is 110 floors to pay respect and honor his legacy, which is bigger than this entire climb. I'm trying to do him justice, and there's just so many things to even consider bringing up about him. He responded to 9/11/2001, and in the rescue effort, he made that ultimate sacrifice. Just like the rest of his brothers. So this is for Deputy Chief Raymond Downey, affectionately known as Master of Disaster and God. This is to carry him forth, to keep his legacy going for years and years to come. There is such a presence left behind of Deputy Chief Raymond Downey that there's a scholarship fund, and Chief Downey also has a 5K run back at his home area, and his legacy and his life carries on even though he's not here. He authored the rescue company or rescue squad, I forget which is the correct name of it, and several videos dealing with technical rescue. This is why we never forget our brothers. This is the 343 Commitment, 86th climb, third climb for this shift, and the only climb I'm doing this shift, just to pay honor and respect to a legacy and a legend, and Deputy Chief Raymond Downey, Special Operations Command, FDNY. All of our brothers lost will never be forgotten. 39-year career, to which he was awarded 5 Medals of Valor and 16 citations. His legacy will carry forth for years to come. Our brother will never be forgotten. The loss to FDNY on 9/11 is immeasurable by all of the experience and leadership that was involved in the rescue and made that ultimate sacrifice. To pay honor and tribute to his career serving his nation as a United States Marine before coming on board in 1962 to the FDNY, where he served 39 years before 9/11. Each brother carried vertical. He was part of the FEMA Urban Search and Rescue, New York Task Force 1, responded to the Oklahoma City bombing and search and rescue. He was a task force leader with FEMA. We can never forget the legacy left behind of Deputy Chief Raymond Downey. So it's slightly a sauna in here now. I think the heater's on in the station because it's cold and windy outside. And it's definitely warm in here. So this 110 is for Deputy Chief Raymond Downey, Chief of Special Operations, which had the rescues, squads, hazmat, and marine units directly under him. He was a leader who will always be remembered, affectionately known as Master of Disaster and also called God, because of his knowledge and technical rescue. So this climb is to pay honor and respect to a brother, a deputy chief, lost on 9/11/2001. Made the ultimate sacrifice so others could live. He will not be forgotten. Coming up on the 4th vertical for Deputy Chief Raymond Downey. And here we go, 4th vertical. So this climb is dedicated to the FDNY, both off and on the line, to FDNY Special Operations Command, to all the rescue squads, to Hazmat 1, and to the Marine units. Deputy Chief Downey will never be forgotten. To his family left behind, We will always carry his legacy forward as our brother is being carried to the symbolic top of the tower right now. This is his 110 floors in the sauna right now. He will not be forgotten. Bringing him to the top of the tower. His legacy carried along with him as one of the, if not the most dedicated and decorated in the FDNY with rescue and special operations knowledge. Our brothers did not hold back when it came time to go into those towers and conduct rescues. So this is finishing their footsteps. So this climb is actually going to be about 130 to 140 floors, because I had to go on a call, had to quit, and I'm back at it. And this time I'm doing the whole 110, hopefully with no stops this time. For Deputy Chief Raymond Downey. FDNY Special Operations Command. Responded to the initial World Trade Center bombing in '93, I believe is the year, and was in charge of rescue operations then. And responded to 9/11/2001 as the chief of special ops, who also made that ultimate sacrifice so that others could live, along with 342 other brothers. Chief Downey has left such a large footprint in his community, and the post office is named after him, a street's named after him, he has a memorial scholarship named after him, and a 5K run that bears his name. Our brother is living on through his family left behind. Fifth vertical now of this, over 110 now, for Deputy Chief Raymond Downey. So right now I'm carrying Deputy Chief Raymond Downey to the symbolic top of the tower. Chief is gonna be the 86th brother who's made the vertical, and the third climb so far in this tour. So this is for Deputy Chief Raymond Downey, FDNY Special Ops Command. And it's definitely a sauna up in here. So, bringing it with the heat. I guess this would be good conditioning and gearing in the heat. So here we go, continuing on. Deputy Chief Raymond Downey, Special Operations Command. Alright, so this is going to be the sixth vertical coming up of 7 for this 110, not to mention what was done previously for Deputy Chief Raymond Downey, Special Operations. That's him right there. So to pay honor and respect to the legacy left behind of the master of disaster and lovingly known as God, to his personnel, our brother Deputy Chief Raymond Downey is being carried to the top. To celebrate his life and his legacy, his time as a U.S. Marine in the Middle East to 1962, where he came on the FDNY. He will never be forgotten. Our brother, Deputy Chief Raymond Downey, Special Operations Rescue Command, was awarded 5 Medals of Valor and 16 citations, which, as I said before, when you look at a picture of Deputy Chief in his uniform, it's very impressive to see that many citations on a Class A. And each one was earned with acts of heroism and bravery. So this is coming up on now the 6th vertical of the 110 for Deputy Chief Raymond Downey, FDNY, Special Operations Command. SOC is a position in charge of the rescues, the squads, hazmat, and the Marine units. While a younger part of his career, he was actually part of the inception of Squad Company 1. And worked off the rescue, I believe it was Rescue 2. He authored a book, The Rescue Company, and multiple videos dealing with technical rescue. He is known as the most decorated in the FDNY. If not the most, one of the most. Our brother will never be forgotten. Deputy Chief Raymond Downey, your life and legacy is carrying on through family left behind and through the fire service. You will never be forgotten. So, So this is the last little rest area before the second of the last verticals, which I already completed one on the previous climb, but we ended up getting that red. So I had to do the full 110. That other was just a little extra. A few floors to get me going before I came back on. The task force leader with FEMA Urban Search and Rescue, New York Task Force 1, who responded to the Oklahoma City bombing and used his expertise at the Atlanta Olympic bombing, along with being Rescue Command in the original World Trade Center bombing, up to paying the ultimate sacrifice on 9/11/2001, so that others could live. And the greatest rescue effort in United States history, where over 25,000 were saved because of valiant and heroic efforts by the bravest, the 343 and all the other FDNY, NYPD, Port Authority PD, civilians, military, everybody else that was there, all the law enforcement, EMS personnel, everybody who tried. For Deputy Chief Alright, continuing on. This climb is just not wanting to work. So I was on the last vertical, which I'll get back to again for the last one I'm going to do. For Deputy Chief Raymond Downey. Alright, here goes the last of a few verticals now that have been the last. Almost there. The stair climber is being quite disappointing right now. Kicked my last almost 110 back down to a brand new climb again, and the one before that ended up getting a call. So I'm going to try to finish this for Deputy Chief Raymond Downey, FDNY Special Operations Command. Definitely disappointing, but I'm having these technical difficulties. So now let's try this as the last vertical. For Deputy Chief Raymond Downey, Chief of Special Operations, FDNY. Oversaw the rescues, the squads, Hazmat Company 1, and the Marine Unit. This is the, I don't know how many times I've done it now, several tries to end it vertical for Deputy Chief Raymond Downey. So when you add everything up, it's going to be way over 110. But our brother deserves it. I just wish it showed it when I finished. In 1962, brought onto the FDNY. 39-year career. 5 Medals of Valor, 16 citations. The Master of Disaster, affectionately known as God. We're almost there. So this is way more than 14 than I've already done. Deputy Chief Raymond Downey, Special Operations Command. We got it from here, sir.